Hello everybody, welcome to your live watch on of the FA Cup second round tie between Gateshead FC and Charlton Athletic of the champion of League One. I've only been in the Championship for so long. And come on Gateshead, because I don't like fucking Charlton. They can go and shove it.
Manchester United, Liverpool, Arsenal and nearby Newcastle United. Charlton 22nd in League One when Johnny Jackson took over the club, and now even talking about promotion. A win tonight would be a 7th in 11 games in all competitions and a remarkable upturn in fortune.
Red scum! Red scum! Red scum! Red scum! Red scum!
Maybe a step into the third round would change that tonight. It is the first ever meeting between Gateshead in the black and white checkerboard shirts and Charlton Athletic in the red shirts and white shorts. The thread of FA Cup history is woven through this fascinating tie. But before we start, all 22 players and officials take the knee as they ask for racial equality and social justice.
Game gets on the way, and as the game gets on the way, we will tell you the lineups.
Is alongside me in the commentary box. 61 places separated.
Lineups for Gateshead in Chapman, Tinkler, Williamson, Story, Nicholson, Bailey, Ward, Ollie, Campbell, Scott, Langstaff, Hunter, Blackett, Williams, Panny, Warmwell, and Jacobs. That is your Gateshead team. When Charlton, the Charlton team, which I'm God, Stephen Henderson, Penn, Berrington, George Dobson, Akin Thamo. Oh, the last name, number 7. I'm just going to butcher this guy's name to the nth degree. Dialang. No.
But this is the confidence that Gateshead have been playing with.
Dialang J.I. Yes. Siman. Number 9, Shaden Stockley, Alex Gill, May, Connor Washington, Eric Lee, Sean Clare, and
from Charlton today. We've only been playing a couple of
I can't remember his name. Let's go. L-O-E-W. Oh, Denji Iwa. You got Craig, McGillivray, Chris Gunter, Albie Morgan, Jonathan Echo, Charlie Kirk, Ariata, George Davidson, Ben Watson, and Abby Surrey. And that's your Charlton team to play Gateshead tonight.
They are unbeaten so far this campaign, and the only match that they failed to win was the one.
Boo, Jaden Stockley, boo.
In the previous round. Offside flag is up over on the far side. Owen Bailey just slightly strayed.
Do you know what I like already? What we've seen.
Go on, Gateshead! Go on, Gateshead! Go on, Gateshead!
In behind the centre halves of Charlton today. We've seen Longstaff, we've seen Scott making a lovely little run. Bailey just there trying to get on the shoulder of Claire, I think it was. And you know.
Hello everyone! If you like the stream, like, sub and subscribe, and hit the thumbs up button if you are new.
Jai Simi attacking from right wing back, and
that is never a corner, ref.
And it goes in Charlton's favour. He's another one who's been reintegrated under Johnny Jackson. Came off the bench in the win over Doncaster and was absolutely superb. He was picked up from Swindon in the January transfer window.
If you guys have any questions in the chat, I'm happy to answer any questions you guys put in front of me.
It's a deep delivery towards Stockley at the far post, and it was
don't let that get score
by Louis Story.
Yeah, that was a lovely little set piece there. A lovely corner kick.
Jaden up the arse, Stockley.
To see what Chapman's got in store, and you know what? Why not? Why not? We're right at the beginning of the game. We're 3.5 minutes into the first half, and you've got a corner. Put it right on the goalkeeper. see what he's about. See if he's got enough about him to get the bodies out of his way.
Good save.
Gilby wins it back. Dobson. And now there's,
Referee has never a foul.
Result in a free kick to Charlton Athletic.
Yeah, you've got to say he's a little bit unlucky there. He just slightly mistimed the challenge, but every single one of these Gateshead players so far are on the front foot. They're not shy. They're not afraid to get in the faces of these Charlton players. They're not intimidating at all.
Elliot Lee with a delivery. Nudged away by
Do not let Jaden Stockley score, lads. Do not let Jaden Stockley score.
Or Portsmouth, but start for neither. Once scored an own goal in a famous Newcastle defeat in the third round of this competition against Stevenage. Played over 150 games for the St James's Park outfit.
Way! You're shite, Charlton, you're shite.
Yeah, I remember playing against Williamson a few times, and you know, there's a couple of scars on the back of my Achilles that are down to him as well. So I have to thank him later on for that. See if he's still got the skin from his boots. I need it back.
Slightly different role for him now as the player manager. Not as common as it once was.
Yeah, I think all of the experience that he brings with him as well. I think we said he's played over 150 odd games for Newcastle. You know, that speaks absolute volumes as well for the type of player and professional that he is. What I'd like to see a little bit more as well tonight.
Come on, Gateshead, get in the game.
At the moment, they've got the ball on the left-hand channel. They've got a throw in, and the majority of the players on the far side of the field. You know, I want to see possibly Nicholson just come out here to the opposite touchline as soon as they've thrown the ball out and possibly gotten it back to hit a big diagonal, because there's bags and bags of space out here. Charlton are squeezing right the way over, trying to squeeze the.
Come on, Gateshead.
All the space, but it's not quite working just yet.
Dorrington. He sends it to Sean Clare. He's looking for
Way! Oh shit, Stockley!
20 minutes against Burton. He is the big man in the big man, little man combo. He is a player that plays on the edge.
You have any question in the chat, any question you guys put in front of me?
Goalkeeper Chapman. This morning, Sydney, the goalkeeper for Gateshead. Slightly warmer there on a Friday night than it is in Gateshead.
Sweet and sour chicken bowl.
Kim Fame one. Purrington. This is Dobson, who very much makes Charlton.
They're the best thing about it, Chinese.
Yeah, I want to see him get on the ball a little bit more, Dobson, and just dictate play a little bit. At the moment, he's not really had much time to get hold of the game and dictate play, but as soon as he's got that opportunity to, I want to see him spraying those passes that we've come to know and see what he's capable of, see what he's got.
Go on, Gateshead, do something. Just don't let Jaden Stockley score.
This is Robbie Tinkler.
Oh, someone's got Tinker as a surname. He must be getting the Mickey taken out of his. Oh, for God's sake.
Stockley. Tinkler singing all the way back to his goalkeeper. It's been a bright start.
It's been a lovely start from Gateshead especially. I
Well,
like the way they're not afraid to get in the faces of all of the Charlton players all over the field. You can see them playing with bags and bags full of confidence. They trust each other, so they're moving the ball really quickly to each other. You can see the movement of the.
Hope you guys have enjoyed the stream. Hit the thumbs up button. Don't forget to like, sub, subscribe if you are new.
From Bailey, from Ward, from Scott, from Campbell especially, just making that channel run in behind the fullbacks of Charlton and just ask questions of them. Ask questions. You can see the confidence they're playing with.
No,
So
it's on my Bluetooth speaker.
You could get a nice early
On my
cross, like what we
soundboard.
saw right at the beginning of the game.
Eliweri. Long ball looking for the run through the middle by Gilby.
Go on!
For Gateshead.
Oh, you cheeky little git. Oi, ref, that's a foul.
What a great battle that was. Really good battle. At 1 minute I thought he'd lost the ball, then he won it, then he lost
Oh,
it.
that's not a foul, ref.
Shoulder to shoulder action. Neither one of them wants to give up. Both of them are really going for it. Great little battle. That could be something to look forward to during this game. I'm going to keep my eye out on that one.
Well, Johnny Jackson has named a strong team tonight. This is not a game that you want to lose live on TV. The eyes of the nation upon you. A potential upset on an Arctic night in the northeast. And he needs to keep winning if he is to force the owner's hand and secure the job long term. He hasn't done too badly so far. Jassimi with a throw. Gilby gets it back again. That's a ball that travelled behind the Charlton attack.
I've had Jaden Stockley a shite.
Gilby looking for the run of Washington, who's charging forward. 11 goals last season, Connor Washington. Hasn't scored in the FA Cup though since January 2016. Dobson penalised.
Yeah, I think you've got to say the first.
Come on, someone have a shot already, please.
I've been in favour of Gateshead so far. You see the way they're playing with the ball. They trust each other in and out of possession. They've been working on it really hard, and they don't seem to let the occasion get the better of them in front of all of these fans today. It's a great little atmosphere, isn't it?
Well, Mike Williamson was saying that he believed his players would rise to the occasion tonight, and they play generally the 4-3-3 formation that you can see. They insist on the usual game plan, which is high energy, high pressing, counter pressing approach. The blueprint is not really to be a possession-based.
Wait! Oh, you absolute idiot.
This is Elliot Lee. Now Dobson. And Lee again. He's got support from Purington on the left-hand side. Delivery is straight into the arms of Chapman.
Yeah, you can see how well they play out from the back as well. They all know exactly where they're supposed to be, what they're supposed to be doing. As soon as the goalkeeper's got the ball, you see the two centre-halves, Story and Williamson, splitting either side of the 18-yard box. Really clever, but they do it so quickly. It's something that you can clearly see they've been working really hard on.
Shit out ass.
Held up well by Kedwin Scott. He tried to bring Dan Ward into play there. Dobson. Purington. On the space for Jassimi over on the far side. Good touch by him.
Yeah, lovely touch from him, but Tinkler was right in there straight away, straight on the first touch. Didn't give him an opportunity or a moment's rest to try and get the ball away from him. That's exactly what I'm talking about. They know, every single one of these Gateshead players know exactly where they're supposed to be at any given moment.
Here's Stockley. Trying to work some space.
Way! Up here, Jaden Stockley.
Wasn't much anger behind it.
No, there wasn't.
Side shot.
Again, that's exactly what Gateshead want. They want Charlton shooting from those sort of areas. You know, because more than likely the goalkeeper's going to be able to cover that. Chapman didn't look like he was worried about that shot at all. drone on the chest there from Stockley.
Here's another one who's been in good goal scoring form. 9 of his last 10 appearances. He was on the score sheet in the Papa John's Trophy in midweek when he took a penalty against Aston Villa's on the 23s.
And you know what, coming off a game like that, even though it's against the Villa 23s, you still got a lot of confidence coming into this game because you know you can score.
Go on!
Played the ball into Ward and he's trying to get in behind Dobson. Still trying to get away from
Penalty ref!
Looking at the referee, Tom Reeves, and asking
How
the
is that
question.
not a penalty ref?
He certainly unsettled Dobson.
Well played there. It was brilliant. It's a great run initially. Cut across Dobson's path. A lovely little Cruyff turn to be
That is a
fair to him
foul.
as well. Managed to get the wrong side of Dobson, but I think Dobson was just a little bit too clever and a little bit too smart and strong there for him. It's exactly the kind of thing that I want to see a little bit more of. Just trusting your forward players, seeing if they can get it behind them.
Well, Dan Ward has only scored in the FA Cup this season. It seems to be the competition in which he comes alive. It certainly caused some problems for the Charlton backline there.
Look at the high press, that is brilliant. We've got 4 players from Gateshead squeezing all the way up. Really pressuring Henderson, putting him under immense pressure. And he had no choice but to put the ball out for a throw-in in the final third.
Come on, Gateshead.
Lovely little intricate play there. Cheeky little triangles around the defenders. Passing and moving, following the ball whenever you moved it.
Kidwin Scott trying to break in down the right-hand side, comes back to Tinkler. Ward has made another decent run into the box. It's good control. Scott, still Kidwin Scott.
Oh!
You know.
How have you not scored that?
On the far side, thought it nestled in the corner. It had a near rip of the side netting.
Oh, at the side netting, unlucky.
A lovely pass, that was brilliant first touch. Lovely set, all in one movement. That was a lovely touch as well. A lovely little Cruyff turn onto his left foot. Caught it really nice, but he just misjudged the angle. Right into the side net and on the outside. You can hear how much that's galvanised these fans here. Getting right behind the team, and rightly so. Gateshead have been the best team, the better of the 2 teams by far today.
Well, they are a team that come up against quality in the National League North. There, teams like AFC Fylde and York City have got a lot of players that have plied their trade in the lower divisions of the Football League. Certainly Mike Williamson and his staff believe that they can cope with it.
And it definitely looks that way as well so far.
Stockley. Lee. Big night for Deji Elaweri, who is starting at the heart of the Charlton defence tonight. Only 18 years of age.
Yeah, and so far he's looked pretty good as well. He's looked pretty strong. His positional sense isn't bad either. You just hope that he keeps his concentration, otherwise this could end up being a long night for him. Especially with Longstaff and Campbell and Scott making those lovely little runs in behind the fullbacks in towards the middle of the field.
Torrington. Dobson. Elaweri. Penwa trying to...
Come on, just don't let Jaden Stockley score, you absolute shitholes.
Lee. Torrington tried to get round the side of Macaulay Langstaff. Just mix things up in the forward positions tonight with Langstaff coming out to the right-hand side and Kedwin Scott going through the middle. Just giving something for the Charlton backline to think about. And they're trying to poke it forward to...
Come on, Gateshead.
Do you know what I've noticed so far? The way the Gateshead defenders are all stepping up in a solid line as well.
Here's Washington, Torrington, and Stockley was coming in and the goalkeeper had to be alert to the danger.
Well done, keeper, for stopping Stockley from scoring.
From Jacob Chapman.
Yeah, I was just mentioning there the way that Gateshead are defending.
Oh!
A bit of defending to do. Stephen Henderson's come right to the perimeter of his penalty area. No VAR tonight, not in the Gateshead International Stadium.
That was a close one. It looked a close one from up here, didn't it?
Yeah, well, we've got a running track between us and the edge of the 18-yard box, but it was very close, as you say. Just about kept it in, I think.
Yeah, he did. He definitely did.
Washington helping the ball out wide. Jayasimi looking to get it into the near post. Elliot Lee was lurking in, got a final touch, I think, off Story.
20 minutes played, Gateshead 0,
And
Charlton
just in case you did
0.
hear any bad language creeping through our FX microphones at the Gateshead International Stadium, we do apologise for that. Another corner for Gateshead to defend. Nowhere up from the back, it's put into the air by Nicholson. Offside flag is up over on the far side.
Have that, shitty ass Charlton, have that.
Yeah, you can see they tried something a little bit different there from the corner. On the first one, they put everybody on the goalkeeper. The second one,
You can't say schooling. If they did that, they would have scored more than 4.
You know,
And they would have done it a lot earlier too.
But it was a little bit lazy on the second phase there as well. You expect as soon as
It took them 72 minutes to break them down.
The penalty box.
Jayasimi robbing the ball over on that far side and being a real...
Come on, Gateshead!
Nicholson, who's been deployed on the left-hand side tonight, often plays on the right, is having to stick to his task very, very diligently.
Guys, put some questions in the chat. I'm happy to answer some questions that you guys put in the chat. I'll answer as many questions as I can.
Being backed up by Sean Clare. A real fight over on that left-hand side to get hold of the ball, and it's given straight back to George Dobson. Here's the live wire. Now I think he's won another corner.
Yeah, that's much better from him. He's starting to get involved in the game just a little bit more. You can see Charlton realise that he's having a lot of joy out wide. So they're passing the ball to him a lot quicker, a lot easier, a lot earlier. And as soon as he takes his first touch, he knows he's going to be closed down really, really quickly.
What?
You see him take his first touch, and then it's like a quick 2 touches after that. He drops it to the left and then around the defender to try and squeeze
What
himself
are you
a
on
little bit of
about?
space. Really, really well done.
Halfway through the first half. Charlton racking up the corners, yet to really...
I'd rather lick my own ass.
In the goal.
I got more chance of getting promoted on a career mode with them than I would with Charlton, because Portland are a lot better club.
Dobson again. Gilby trying to force his way into the Gateshead penalty area. Washington, it's an arcing cross and it's flicked into the air by...
Oh, it's a river the net, unlucky still at 0-0.
Didn't cause too many problems for Jacob Chapman, but just made them think.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want to see from Charlton. You want to see them driving at these Gateshead defenders and making them commit.
Come on,
making them make a
Gateshead.
decision inside the box as well.
What did you think? Possible?
No.
You'd have gone down for it.
Yes.
100%.
But in the game this season and the back end of last season, you've seen that referees and the linesmen are starting to allow a little bit more of that physical approach that we'd love to see. You know, we don't want to see the game, the physical aspects of the game disappearing. So a little bit.
It is also Rotherham 0, Stockport County 0 in the FA Cup. In the Bundesliga, it's RB Leipzig 1, Union Berlin 1. And in La Liga, it is Granada 0, Deportivo Alaves 0.
Greg Ollie, who is the captain, the club captain. I'm sure that Gilby was going to get away with that. Greg Ollie, the club captain, he's been around for a long time. He, I'm sure, has some responsibilities on the field of play, but I reckon the manager still gets to call the shots from centre half.
I'm pretty certain. But you can see the discipline that Gateshead are playing with. As soon as they lose possession of the ball, they get a lot of players behind the ball very quickly.
Come on.
It's exactly what you want to see as well.
Come on, Gateshead.
Corrington finding Washington. Lovely turn. Williamson out of the game. And Washington is still going.
That's not a foul. He dived, Reb. He dived. Put the gift for simulation. Put the gift for simulation. That is a dive. And he knows it's a dive.
Oh, that was a lovely bit of skill, by the way. Brilliant. He knew that Williamson was coming.
He dived, so booking for simulation, ref.
That's a free kick. You know, he's slowed him down, taken a touch back towards him, and then pushed the ball past him, and then he's got a little clip, but I think that's a foul. That's a lovely touch.
Blackstaff.
Go on, Gateshead. Yes! Yes! Shoot! Oh!
It's been spurned. What a chance that was as well. Adam Campbell.
And it would have been the guy with a porno tash.
Oh, that was lovely. Look at that, a great turn of pace there. Absolutely brilliant. Takes his time, takes a touch, puts a menacing ball right across the 6-yard box. Great first touch, set himself, lined it up, went for the far top corner.
And it's also Bournemouth 0, Fulham 0.
A little bit too far, just over the top of the bar, but that is exactly what I want to see here today. And this is where Gateshead are starting to find themselves a little bit more of that confidence. Here we go again. Look at that great battle.
Scott is charging through the centre.
That's a foul, ref. That's a foul.
Wow.
You know that's a foul, but you're just biased and you don't want to give
Scott just felt the touch.
Give the other team a foul. You biased ref.
Is very lucky there. Yeah, you can see Scott pulling his arm down just a little bit, but he's very cheeky with the way that he did it. He didn't think that the referee had seen him, but he definitely did. I think it's a foul. I think it's a foul. No, I'm in a strikers union.
He's locked his arm. I think he's going to get away with that.
I've got a couple of goals like that. But it's brilliant again, yet again.
Guys, put stuff in the chat. I'm happy to answer any questions you guys put in front of me.
Set themselves up today.
It is still Gateshead 0, Charlton 0.
And just gambling. The centre forwards are gambling on the run, gambling on the pass, and making sure that the pass is really well weighted. They trust the pace that these Gateshead forwards have got, especially Scott. He seems like he's very sharp, very lively today.
It's a fascinating encounter, isn't it? Charlton have had some really good results from the minute that Johnny Jackson walked in the door. Sunderland away was a terrific win. Plymouth at home handing Ryan Lowe's side their first defeat in 16 games. He tapped into something. He had a little wobble against Shrewsbury last weekend, dropped points against Morecambe, but it's been a positive period for him in charge. But this is a real battle.
It is indeed.
Go on, Gateshead! Go on, Gateshead! Go on, Gateshead!
Here's Washington trying to escape, and he almost got round the goalkeeper. Momentary panic at the heart of the Gateshead defence.
I think a little bit more composure, and he's takes a touch around Chapman, who'll be able to slide
God,
it in to make it 1-0 to Charlton, but he's very
went
unfortunate.
flying.
Slipped as well, and Chapman managed to read it. Very unlucky, very unlucky. But I want to see a little bit more from Charlton. I want to see them moving the ball a little bit quicker. I want to see them sprinting.
Thank you very much for the like. I highly appreciate it. Whoever put the like in the chat, thank you very much.
Finds Jayashimi. Washington went
Come
for it,
on!
comes back to Lee.
Go on, Gateshead! Go on, Gateshead! Go on, Gateshead!
Elliot Lee. He scored his only FA Cup goal 4 years ago today for Luton against Gateshead.
Charlton, you are shite! Charlton, you are shite! Charlton, you are shite!
He managed to whip it in, and that's exactly what you need as a striker. You want your wingers to be putting crosses in like that, so you can gamble and try and get on the end of it.
You're being outplayed by a non-league club. You're being outplayed by a non-league club.
Really well done. Very unlucky there. He had no options.
Here's an option for Charlton.
Offside.
It's peeled away into the centre. Washington still going. Looking for stop play.
Oh, Lewis, oh man, I've just been eating my own words. Charlton are 1-0 up, and it is Jaden freaking Stockley.
Run to perfection, absolute perfection. Managed to face up the defender, took a lovely touch away from him, around him, dinked the ball over the top of the goalkeeper, and listen, Jaden Stockley's not going to get an easier goal this season.
And also,
Really
it's a
brilliant,
FIFA dual goal.
Forward play
They
there
dual goal.
from Charlton. Timed his run excellently there. Look at that little touch in towards him, away from him. There you go.
What a
Just showed
dual
little bit
goal
of
by
bravery
Charlton.
there. That was brilliant.
Well, it's his 10th goal in 11 games. He's in a rich vein of form, Jaden Stockley.
1-0 Charlton Athletic, but there's still a lot of time for Gateshead to get back in it. So come on, Gateshead!
In the mix of a tough situation, and he was always going to be first to that ball. And he is first on the score sheet. Half an hour played, and Charlton have breached the Gateshead defence.
Stockley is shy. You can't score a proper goal, you can only score 2 goals.
And first team coach ending up in the net, along with the ball and Jaden Stockley.
Yeah, he tried to get there in time, but he was just slightly off it, wasn't he?
Hey, sit down, Charlton, sit down.
Take nothing away from Charlton. The build-up play there was really well done, and they've actually used a little bit of what Gateshead have been doing to them to Gateshead themselves. You know, we see the perfectly timed run in behind the centre halves, and the pass was absolutely beautiful as well.
If you guys like the stream, hit the thumbs up button to get to like, sub and subscribe if you are new.
Now Johnny Jackson wanted to go 2 up top the minute he took over. He decided to freshen things up, change the way that Charlton had been approaching things under Nigel Adkins.
It is.
Return to a winning formula.
It's a half-time. Union Berlin 1, RB Leipzig 1, and it's Granada 1, Deportivo Alaves 0, and it is still Rotherham 0, Stockport County 0.
Have been good for one another.
Yeah, sometimes that's what you've got to do, just go back to basics. It's a little bit old school, isn't it, the 4-4?
And it is also still,
you know, when you're getting the
Fulham
results,
0,
when you're seeing the confidence of the
Bournemouth
players as well.
0.
As I say that, Stockley's just going down, he's on his knees on the floor.
And the game stopped as a result of that, just out of your picture towards the halfway.
Oh, you were right, Stockley. Does it hurt? Does it hurt? If you're a proper player, you'd be getting back up and wanting to play on.
Deal with Jaden Stockley.
No idea what's happened to him there. I think he's it looks like he's hurt his hip.
Wow. Looks like Stockley looks like he's hurt his hip. Oh, too bad.
The weekend, tomorrow, Salford City and Chesterfield.
Chesterfield! Chesterfield! Chesterfield!
More FA Cup football Sunday, 11:30.
We better win.
And that's confirmation of that game on Sunday afternoon, 4:30. Salford against Chesterfield. And then
We are top league, top league! We are top league, top league!
6:45 ITV4. forward manager Luke Garrett said to me today he wouldn't be watching.
That's what Mansfield. That's what Mansfield fans call us. People that are from Chesterfield, they call us that.
Just in case. He said, if we get Manchester United away, I think I'll find out pretty quickly.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's going to have eyes and ears on that one.
And with other results here, it's Charlton Athletic 1, Edinburgh City 0 in Scotland League 2, and in the Scottish Championship, it's Inverness Caledonian Thistle 0, Kilmarnock 0.
I think it was unfortunate there. I thought he may have got a little touch on the ball, but I think where he let himself down a little bit, he just pulled the shirt.
It's a good ball out to Purrington. Blocked by Robbie Tinker.
Gateshead.
It's back up and moving again, Jaden Stockley, which is good news for Charlton Athletic.
It was a lovely diagonal ball. Great first touch as well there from Purrington. But I wanted to see him whip the ball across the edge of the 6-yard box as soon as he's taken that very first touch. What he's done, he's taken a touch and slowed it down.
Gateshead.
Dobson ruined the momentum a bit.
This is Elliot Lee with a bit of time and space, and
sit down.
Making sure that Jacob Chapman was alert. And you mentioned Purrington. He's not really an attacking fullback. He's more of a defensive-minded fullback, but he's done very well recently in the last few matches, getting up and down on that left-hand side. He's scored a couple of goals, and he's created a few chances as well. Doesn't come necessarily naturally to him, but he's worked on it, and it's started.
Come on, Gateshead.
It has indeed, and he's looking really, really confident up there as well. So I just want to see him take his game to the next level, and by doing that, all he needs to do is just...
All they need is one chance, and hopefully they can take it.
You know, as soon as the ball comes to him, take a touch, and then do the movement, whatever it is, whether it's a lovely menacing cross or if it's a...
Yeah, but they have plenty more. There are plenty more chances coming their way.
Rather than the 3 touches.
Ollie trying to cause problems for Akin Fenway.
Charlton, you shit house. Charlton, you shit house.
It's been a long FA Cup campaign already for Gateshead. It's their 7th FA Cup tie of the season. They've already seen off Bradford Park Avenue, Runcorn, Linnets, Marsk United. The highlight probably the replay win against Altrincham in the last round. And it has been an entertaining run as well. We thought there might be goals. 28 now have been witnessed in their 6 and a bit FA Cup ties so far. And they will be hoping that vibe continues.
Wow, that's not bad at all, is it? I wouldn't mind seeing a few of those here tonight as well.
Now you've seen one.
I want to see more. I'm greedy. Once I've got a taste, I want a little bit more.
Gateshead. Show Charlton why they're shy.
Tried to squeeze him in behind the defender there, but it was very unfortunate not to have gotten on the other side of him. But I like the way that Gateshead haven't given up. They're not giving up. They're not crumbling under any kind of pressure. They're still playing by their game plan.
Langstaff looking to try and open things up. His
What?
own player got in the way. Kedwin Scott and got a real whack off Langstaff and then got one back himself.
Oh, they're so especially when you're not expecting it. He got a little shot in there. Fortunately, still
funny.
That one there, boom, right in the midriff. Takes the wind out of you in an instant as well. But you know, he's back up on his feet, sucking the oxygen in. He'll be all right.
He's a hardy soul. He's from Stockton-on-Tees.
What are you saying? He didn't feel it.
Tinkler has almost given the ball away to Ben Purrington.
Come on, Gateshead, get in the game.
Might fall for Ward. It does fall
Go
for
on.
Paulie Langstaff. Kedwin Scott lurking with intent in the middle.
That's a foul, ref. You got a whistle, you blooming use it.
I like the way, as soon as the ball goes forward towards any of the forward players, Longstaff, Scott, Campbell, any of those boys, you see 3 or 4 of the remaining players, the midfielders, squeezing up and getting into the box as quickly as they can. They need to start maximising these moments though, these opportunities. As soon as they get the ball up there, try and get across in the box. Put Charlton under pressure. See how well they do defending crosses into the box. But don't just hoof them up there. Whip them in. Put a little bit of pace on them. A little bit of direction in between the 6-yard box and the penalty spot.
Well, upsets aren't something that happen to Charlton very often. Only once in 22 games against non-league opposition in the cup have they been beaten.
Go on! Yes! Oh, you absolute bastards!
Into the path of Langstaff, didn't quite work out.
Yeah, it was a brilliant pass, crossfield pass. Ollie took a great touch.
You
on his
absolute
right into his
shit
path
house.
Just needed to show a little bit more composure. It was the right idea, but the wrong execution. Slide the ball if you can, get your body over the ball, put it across the 6-yard box and cause problems, because there were 2 other players squeezing up in the box as well. They were in really good positions. They'll be frustrated with that one.
Washington, not with Story. Dobson keeping it moving. Bit of head tennis going on. Ollie.
Come on.
Well, it's a long trip for the Charlton fans. 560-mile round trip. Long journey for the players as well, who stayed up last night and will go back tomorrow. Johnny Jackson making sure the temptation was removed from his players to head into Newcastle and immerse themselves in the big market. They're staying 8 miles out of town. The Charlton fans certainly will straight over the bridge, I think.
Good!
Here's Campbell.
Yes! Oh!
Comes back to Campbell again.
Oh!
What an opportunity for Adam Campbell to get Gateshead level.
How have you not equalised there?
Oh, that is a humongous opportunity. You have to look at that. Brilliant.
How have you not
Picks the ball up
equalised?
really well. Turns the defender left and
You
right. He
porno
manages to take
tash.
his time. Lovely first save. Lovely save with his left hand there from Henderson. But then when the ball comes back out to him, you have to show a little bit more composure. It's come to his right foot, his strong right foot, and he's just put his laces through the ball on a half volley. Just drags it wide. Oh, it's such a huge opportunity, but that's exactly what we need to see a little bit more from Gateshead.
Go on! Go on! Yes! No! Foul! Penalty!
Inside the 18-yard box, Clare collided with Kedwin Scott. The referee has stopped proceedings. A few of the Gateshead fans over on the far side were calling for a penalty. What did you think?
Initially, I thought he was offside. You have to look at this part here. That's where the pass comes in. He's offside. So if the referee decided to give it as a foul, as a free kick, you have to say that it was offside. There's nothing in it. There's no malice in there at all. 2 players are watching the ball, just collided. Shoulder to shoulder, it looked like. It's a sore one, I'll be honest with you, but I don't think there's anything else other than that in there.
Well, they can't afford to lose another centre-back, Charlton. They've lost so many over the course of the season so far. Innes, Lavelle, Clare really is an emergency centre-back. Looks as if he's got enough treatment to be able to carry on. Kedwin Scott just going over towards the far side. But they've had some chances now, Jermaine, haven't they? And Johnny Jackson will be concerned about that. Kedwin Scott had an effort in the first few minutes of the game. Campbell's had 2 good chances now.
Yeah, they have indeed, and that's definitely something Johnny Jackson's going to have to go in at half-time and seriously have a word with his defenders about.
Go on, Gateshead.
Closing the gaps in behind the fullback. So when Purrington and Yarasemi decide to push on and lose the ball, it's about the reaction to that. So if it's on the left-hand side, you want to see Yarasemi squeeze down and then get inside, just as a right centre-half, which will give an opportunity for the rest of the defenders to squeeze across and make it a 4 at the back. That's exactly what we want to see, but
really trying to crack one forward, blocked by Story. Both injured parties have recovered their faculties and are back with us.
Come on.
So you see me looking for Washington.
Good defended.
Out by Story. And looking for a searching ball for Scott. Stockley. Thorrington. Just a little nudge from Washington, which is yielded a free kick to the home team.
Yeah, I think he knew it as well. Tried to be cheeky, didn't he? Little shoulder in the back of Story, just to try and pop him off balance a little bit. But it's one of those ones where you know you're not going to get it. You're just trying to break up play a little bit, knowing there's only a minute or so before half time.
Go on, boys.
Momentum that gets in.
Do something. Charlton are shite. They're only winning because they do gold.
Charlton haven't had it all their own way in the opening half of this FA Cup second round tie, the first of a huge menu of FA Cup ties over the weekend.
No.
And there's the man who calls the shots during the game, Ian Watson, nicknamed Busted, because apparently when he was a kid he looked like a member of the band.
Nope.
It's stuck ever since.
You look like you could have been in Busted.
No. I don't jiggle.
Apparently he's rather vocal on the bench, is Ian Watson, and he is the assistant manager with the first team coach and the player manager at centre half positions. He
That's got proper good goals.
Not necessarily visible to those two.
Don't you go.
Up and attacking this free kick, which may well be the last opportunity in the first half for Gateshead to cultivate a chance.
You want to see him miss the first man as well.
Gregor is delivering. Punch away by Henderson. It's come back to Campbell, whose shot goes straight back into the arms of Henderson. It's a third decent chance for Adam Campbell. And now Charlton looking to overload them at the other end. Jayasimi's ball was deflected, and they didn't really make the most of it.
No, they didn't. But that's the problem with overloading and committing so many players forward, trying to get that equalising goal. You leave yourself open to a counter-attack, and that's exactly what happened there from Charlton. But the pass out to Yarasemi wasn't...
If you guys are the stream, hit the thumbs up button to get to like, subscribe if you are new.
Put a little bit of a halt to the way they were building up that counter-attack then.
Last of the 2 added minutes at the end of the first half. Charlton on the attack. Burrington coming in at the far post. He wins the header. Chapman just went a little wandering there. Lee, it's a delicate ball. He's a good technician, is Elliot Lee. And he's a fighter too.
Whoa! Sit down.
Jayasimi. Lee once again. Gilby. It's good work by Gilby, and he thinks he's won a corner. Can't quite believe he hasn't.
Ooh, that was interesting. I thought there was a little touch there for the corner. Let's have a look from this angle. No, I think it does glance off of Gilby's thigh there. So I think great call from the referee and his assistant.
And there is the half-time whistle from the referee, and Charlton firmly lost 2 out of the 10 matches since Johnny Jackson took over.
Half-time, Charlton 1, Gateshead 0.
Started well enough thanks to the goal from Jaden Stockley, but they have not had it all their own way. Gateshead had a couple of great chances, Campbell with 2 in particular, which really troubled.
No, they've actually been trying, and then it took for Charlton just to go into a stupid goal.
In just a moment, but at the break, it is Gateshead 0, Charlton Athletic 1. Keep dribbling.
So put in the chat if you guys are enjoying the stream. Thank you very much for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. There we go. Put another poll in the chat for you guys to vote. Let's do some of the half-time scores. It is actually Rotherham 1, Stockport County 0. Goal scored in the 43rd minute, scored by Michael Smith. Yep. It's Union... What? Oh, I'm just going through the others at the moment. I'll go to that in a minute. It's in the Bundesliga, it's Union Berlin 1, RB Leipzig 1, and in Spain's La Liga, it's Granada 1, Deportivo Alaves 0. And in the halftime in the Championship, Fulham 0, Bournemouth 0. And in Portugal, it is... Oh, God. Porto are 2-0 up. I'm going to say that Porto are 2-0 up. Because I'm not butchering another team's name. They're not playing. No, what I'm saying, they will be playing this weekend, but their fixture might not be tonight. They don't kick off until 15 minutes past 9. That's what I mean. And it's half time in the Scottish Championship. Inverness Caledonian Thistle 0, Kilmarnock 0. And in Scottish League 2, it's half time. It's Annan Athletic 1, Edinburgh City 0. So guys, put your question in the chat. I'll answer all your questions as much as I can. Oh, hello, LT Vlogs Football. We've actually got someone in the chat who's actually at the game. LT Vlogs Football. If you're still in the chat, can you let me know if you are a Charlton fan or a Gateshead fan? If you're there, just let me know, please, if that's okay. Because he said I'm here at. He's put I'm here at the game. Haha. Guys, put your questions in the chat.
I'm just wondering, was there a slight touch off the goalkeeper on the rebound chance there? Maybe there was, maybe there wasn't. But Chris is absolutely right. I think Johnny Jackson will be a little bit disappointed with his back three and the way they've, you know, marshalled their defence, or not marshalled it, more to the point. I mean, I don't think the communication's been very good. Any time Gateshead make any run, whether it be a diagonal run, straight one, they've caused Charlton no end of problems. That needs tightening up second half.
And what's interesting for me is they're actually playing 3 up against 3. They're not saying to the 2, play wide, stop the wing backs coming out. They're saying, no, just play narrow against their 3. So it's very hard for the back 3 to get a good lane. They're all marking they've got somebody to mark, every one of them. So as soon as Gateshead then play 1 pass, 2 pass, somebody runs behind, they're in.
You'd be dropping it in every time second half, wouldn't you? Unless, of course, they change at the back there, Charles.
Just look, couple of passes, tell your strikers, spin. You've got the legs on them, you're going to get more opportunities. You don't need to play the feet.
Interesting, isn't it? Adam Campbell with that first opportunity, just his first touch wasn't quite good enough. So he had to take a second touch, by which stage he's blocked when the shot comes in. Just those minute differences between non-league and League One.
They are absolutely tiny little differences. I mean, there was potentially an opportunity if he absolutely breaks his neck when the guy's breaking down on the right-hand side. It potentially could have been there to tap it in, and he wouldn't need to have done what he did in the end. But, you know, that's the instinct of a player. Can you get yourself in the box for a tap-in?
They're definitely still in this one, Gates.
So guys, put your question in the chat. If you are a Charlton fan, welcome. If you're a Gateshead fan, welcome also.
In the second half, they need one. In the second 45, it's on the way.
So guys, put your question in the chat. I'm happy to answer any question you guys put in front of me. At the moment on the stream, the poll, what did you guys think of the first half? People put 50% could be better, 50% close one. So that's an interest. Nope. So, if any of you are supporting, whoever you are supporting in this game, let me know in the chat and see who we have in the chat today. No, what I mean is, let me know if we have any, because it's Gateshead and it's Charlton, so if you are a fan of either of these teams, just let me know, because then we'll say welcome, and hopefully it all goes right for either team, and good luck to all. Except for shitty ass Jaden Stockley, who is shite. By scoring a penalty which wasn't a penalty. With a penalty that wasn't a penalty to begin with. Yeah, it should never be given in the first place. I don't need tissues, thank you very much. Nah, I'll be celebrating. Sunday afternoon when Chesterfield makes the third round, and hopefully, I want this to actually happen because it would be absolutely great. Chesterfield draw Manchester United, and we'll try and do our best and shove those cunts up their fucking ring piece. We are top leagues, we're top league. We are top leagues, we're top league. We're going to win the league. We're going to win the league. And now you got the rainbow, now you got the rainbow, now you got the We're going to win the league. Good. Come on, Chesterfield. Massive faith. Okay. What? Now we can chest for the good. We don't. He doesn't have to score for us to win. Yeah, he does. No, I can't do that until the day that I make it because it's relevant. Not when that game's not even happening until Sunday. Yeah, I want to do it on the day, so if I do it early, at least we might get a decent number. I'm not a shithouse. As I won't put it on. I won't. It ain't gonna be funny. The guy who is in the who put what when you tell me to ask who he supports is Gateshead. Unfortunately.
Of a roof, but there is not a covering so far. So the Charlton fans that are alongside us in this particular part of the ground, if it does rain tonight, although they tell me there's not much chance of that, well, they will get a little bit wet. Now the good news for all involved in a Gateshead persuasion is that the Heed, as they're usually known and locally known, usually flourish in the second half. They've scored 13 of their 17 FA Cup goals this season in the second half, Jermaine Beckford.
Because second half is on the way.
Fit bunch of lads, and that's exactly
Gateshead.
what we want to see here today. Look at that, what a great start that is.
Yeah, but don't forget, I'm on ITV Hub, which is a little bit, which is behind.
To win a throw-in straight away after 10 seconds.
It's good work by Deji Eliweri to get ahead of Campbell, who has been a bit of a thorn in the Charlton side, especially in that first half. And they're coming forward again here. Step over by Ollie. And it's hit.
Oh!
It comes back.
Oh, if you miss, you twat!
What a chance.
What a brilliant setup for the second
And
half
it is
already.
Union Berlin 2-1 up against RB Leipzig.
from Langstaff, sorry. Oh, he's mishit it. He's let it hit the end of his foot by his toes.
So it's 2-1 to
to
RB Leipzig.
Atkins' effort was well repelled by Stephen
Oh,
Henderson,
2-1. I keep remembering. Because you said that, I mean, forget who's winning. It's actually 2-1. Union Berlin, sorry. I don't remember everything, and I'm going to go and check. Bournemouth have not popped up yet, but it's now just popped up for me. It's now 1-0 Bournemouth. And they scored with literally 60 seconds. Ex-Chelsea and Liverpool striker Dominic Solanke.
Yeah, it will do. Johnny Jackson will be frustrated with the amount of opportunities and chances his side are given away, but on the other side of it, Mike Williamson will be fuming with the amount of chances that his side are throwing away today as well. They found themselves in some excellent positions with a great opportunity to put themselves
And it is
sometimes possibly even ahead, but they're not taking those opportunities. And if they
Liga Portugal, FC Porto are 3-0 up in Scottish Championship. It's Inverness, Caledonian Thistle 0, Kilmarnock 0, and in Scottish League 2 it's Edinburgh City 0 and an Athletic 1.
Kedwin Scott chasing, not going to reach it this time.
No, I think he started off his run initially offside, but you know, it's the right idea. The idea is the correct one. Just needed to start back a little bit, like 2 or 3 yards closer to his own goal. Maybe the pass put a little bit less on there as well.
And then,
but this is exactly the kind of start that I wanted to see from Gateshead today. I wanted to see them coming straight out the blocks in the
here we go. We'll see how the poll went on.
Handball has been ordered against
50% went with it could be better, and 50% went with close one, and 0% went with shocking.
That could have been handball from either one of those 2 players, to be honest.
Say that. Former Newcastle trainee Owen Bailey, he had a really bad ACL injury which kept him out for 18 months, and as a result of that he sort of saw his Newcastle career stutter to try and revive himself again at the heart of the Gateshead midfield.
That's a tricky injury.
Guys, if you guys like this stream, hit the thumbs up button to get to like, and subscribe if you are new.
Just knowing that you're going to be stuck in the fitness department in the physio room for 6, 7, 8 months, you've got to be mentally strong and mentally tough to be able to deal with that. And he seems to have come through it really well, and he moves really, really fluidly as well.
It's going to help defend the set piece.
Free kick to Charlton. Let's see what happens here.
It's not the best of defensive headers, and it comes back.
Way, sit down.
Yeah, you'd have to say that's a little bit of a wasted opportunity there. He's got bags of time at the far post. I think he saw the glory there, Gilby. He needed to take a touch and then assess the situation, see what options he has. And I think the right option would have been to put the ball back in the danger area, inside the 18-yard box, and build from there.
Gateshead beat the press from Charlton. Charlton have it back again. Stockley chasing. Louis Story, who was leading the team talk at half-time, puts the ball out of play for another Charlton throw.
And do you know what? From the team talk as well, you have to say the boys respect him so much. Just watching the way they
will put another poll in the chat
on every word and hanging on every word that he was saying. You know, I think that's
for you guys. Thank you very much for the 3rd person who has hit the right button. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thumbs up to you from me. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Just in case they haven't got a replacement, he was quite happy to step up.
Do you know what? I'm quite happy doing that. I don't think the managers will let me though.
And someone is slagging me off.
Torrington trying to send the ball forward for Lee to chase.
What I like so far is seeing Gateshead, as soon as they lose the ball goes towards any of the Charlton centre halves. They're squeezing right up the field. They're putting a lot of pressure on them as well.
I haven't closed it.
Making it very difficult for Charlton to
I haven't.
Mike Williamson was absolutely adamant that his team would come and play their game. They are an all-action team. They play on the front foot. They put as much pressure on as they possibly can. They're a full-time outfit. Even in National League North, they work off a budget of around about £300,000 a year. It's definitely not the biggest in the National League North. There's a lot more being spent than that.
Boo!
He's done really, really well with that kind of budget.
That's Bailey trying to find Scott. Just couldn't get it under his
10.
control. And it's smuggled out over on the far side, and it's back with Charlton once again.
Yeah, what I like.
And I bet most of them came from Liverpool.
As I mentioned before, Gateshead, every single one of the players are getting in the Charlton players' faces, but they're just playing with.
It wouldn't have been us because we were shite.
Normally see from an underdog, so to speak.
Gateshead just having to deal with the presence of Kedwin Scott, who's complaining to the assistant over on the far side, David Avent, that he was being held up illegally.
I'll tell you what I liked that defending there from Elweri. Look at that. Lots of physicality.
That's not a foul, ref. That ain't a foul.
He's a little bit fortunate.
That ain't a foul.
You can see clearly he's pulling the shirt, but for him to get in that position and not find himself being bullied by the centre forward, really confident play from the young man.
Only 18 years of age. Here is Jaya Simic.
Come on, defend it.
It's an intelligent ball. Gilby. Can he pull it back to a red shirt? Connor Washington trying to make an angle for the shot. Stopped by Chapman.
Well defended.
Oh, that was lovely play there from the Charlton forwards. You've got to say you expect a little bit more from that, especially after that brilliant build-up play.
Jayashimi looking for Gilby once again. Another opportunity to cross. Maybe not enough on it, but it comes through.
Oh, 2-0 Charlton. Boo!
The Charlton celebrate. And they are finally showing that they are 61 places above Gateshead in the pyramid.
Oh, you've got to say that there was an element of fortune about it, it seemed. Lovely cross.
Nah, I have faith. I have faith.
Possibly Stockley was offside once the ball had been taken. Once the
Oh!
ball
Oh, that isn't his goal. That ain't Puddington's goal because it is actually hit off of Jaden Stockley and gone in.
There's a possibility he was offside. I'm not entirely sure from this angle, but with there being no VAR.
Yeah, but if you look carefully, it does hit off his teammate on the way in.
And as a number 9, I
So
imagine
and usually,
Jaden Stockley
yeah, but
will
I'm
be
just
claiming
saying,
that
usually we've
it's
seen
his-
goals like
it's
that
his goal,
happen,
because it
and
certainly
usually the person who
diverted
hits it off will
away
try
from
and claim it.
Chapman. It seemed to be
But he
heading
went
towards
straight to his
the
teammate
goalkeeper.
and tell him it's you.
I think it was a great
Because
finish.
in it,
It's very fortunate though.
yeah.
Offside flag is up against the
That's a
Gateshead
bit of a
forward.
surprise after we
He's
played
offside.
entirely shit for 90 minutes.
Right. So here
So that's
he looks like he's
surprised.
onside. It's a great ball. Drifts offside after the touch, but that doesn't count. And I think it's tight. I think it's tight. I'm going to be in the strikers union again and say he was onside. It was a really well timed turn.
If we did have VAR, which we don't, and they were putting the lines on the pitch, it is arguable that they would be touching, and therefore the advantage would be given to the striker. We have given the goal to Ben Purrington, but we'll see what happens once the dubious goals panel get hold of it.
Yeah, I think.
Card Gateshead, card Gateshead, card Gateshead.
But you can see the confidence in these Charlton players now.
Just had a little bit more of a bit between their teeth in the second half, haven't they, going forward?
They have been.
Right.
It looks like the tide has turned and they're
Let's
trusting
find
each
out
other
what the
a lot
scores
more now.
are.
You
It
can see
is
the gaps and the spaces that they're all playing with.
still 1-0 Rotherham against Stockport, still 2-1 up. Hertha Berlin at home to Leipzig.
Not take over each other's space either. That's
Bournemouth
a
is still
big
1 up
part
against
of it.
Fulham. And then Athletic are still 1-up at home away to Edinburgh City. And it's 0-0 between Inverness, Caledon, Newcastle and Kilmarnock.
This is what I feel Gateshead need to do a little bit more. Look at the numbers that they've got going forward. It's a lovely crossfield pass, a bit too straight, but you know, when they pick the ball up in the centre midfield areas or just in front of the defenders, they're committing.
It all depends on the team that they are playing against. That's what
you expect Gateshead to get back into this game, but
that one you don't know what's going to happen because you don't one minute from the next, Newcastle play well, and then the next game they end up not playing well. So they're a mixed batch of Newcastle in the last few games.
Well, that's what going for it now. 2-0 down in the
So I wouldn't know for that one.
There is only one way out of it. The Gateshead FA Cup ties already this season have seen quite a lot of late drama. Is there more to come?
Then you got Southampton, Brighton, Wolves, Liverpool, and Watford, Man City.
He was a bit fortunate there, I feel.
Just a little bit.
I could actually see Wolves beating Liverpool because Wolves is a tricky place to get a result at.
Stockley. And away by Williamson comes towards.
Because they are a tricky team, our Wolves.
Gilby, who's penalised. Gateshead very quickly want to get on with it. It's a deep ball out to Campbell. His chances in the first half, certainly now, will be the ones that Mike Williamson and his staff look back on at the end of this game as chances that they could have taken. Nicholson just stalling slightly, and Jayasimi was quickest to it. And he is penalised for the foul on the Charlton winger.
Yeah, he's ever so slightly caught his knee there, but it was lovely confidence from Chapman in the first place. As soon as he's caught the ball, he's tried to zing the ball out wide with a little sidewinder volley. I just don't think that the rest of the players were on the same page as him.
Well, he's seen a lot of the ball tonight, Jayasimi. And he has caused problems from the right-hand side where...
Thank you very much to the
season.
fourth person who has hit the like button on the stream. Thank you very much. I highly appreciate it, folks.
Just let him have fun with him. Let him have fun up against him because he seems to be having a lot of success up against him.
Stockley, I think.
Yeah, and one thing you don't want is you don't want to have you want to have one but not the other because they'll both be playing against each other.
There's the strength again.
Well, Gateshead are run by a fans group now. They've taken a 20.
Whoever you think's got the most simple, easiest game you think is going to win.
Years ago, when the previous owner ended up getting them demoted, and they saved it from oblivion. Really, 72 hours to spare. No wonder that they've packed it out for tonight, and they are cherishing it no matter the result. When Mike Williamson took over 2.5 years ago, Jermaine, they had no staff, no players, no secretary, no kit man.
Wow, one-man stop. I'll tell you what, but I really like that. I really like the fact that the fans have got a stake in the club because it shows that it's not just about a money-making scheme. This is about the club. This is about bringing the fans together and making them feel wanted and valued. You know, that's a big thing for a football club.
Certainly, Charlton Athletic have had their ownership issues as well. They had a Belgian owner who didn't have much affection for the club but paid the bills, then an investment company who could give them neither. And now they've got Thomas Sangard a multi-million Dane who lives in Colorado most of the time, wielding a guitar and a snappy wardrobe. And since he's came in, it's very much changed the mood around the valley. He's done a load of great work in getting the fans on side again. Some good ticketing initiatives that have really helped fill out the seats at the Valley. It was a brilliant crowd for a recent game against Plymouth.
Yeah, that's brilliant. I like to hear that sort of stuff as well. Bring the fans back involved, get the fans back involved with the club. Make them let them understand, let them know that they're a valued part of any football club.
He's pretty good on the guitar, by the way. He played at the opening game of the season in the centre circle.
What did he play?
A very good tune. Langstaff. Williamson's clearance comes straight back to him.
So if you guys are the stream with the thumbs up button, get the likes up and
I feel
subscribe
this is
if you
exactly
are
the
new.
way Charlton want the game to go now. I want them to. They must be thinking, let's slow it down. Let's make it scrappy and scruffy. Don't give them any momentum. Break up play. Give away little free kicks, little fouls here and there. Keep the ball in their half. Keep it away from our goal. Was that Jason Yule I saw?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, the assistant to Johnny Jackson. He played for Charlton over a couple of spells, also played for Southampton and Middlesbrough, Blackpool, Wimbledon. He reached the 5th round in 2001 when he was with Wimbledon. This is Elliot Lee, currently running the Charlton midfield and running it well. Looking for the run of Washington, he was felled before he could release the ball. That's going to be a
That ain't a foul, ref. Why are you being a bias gig?
Brilliant from Lee.
Giving fouls to
Picking
one
the
team and
ball
not
up and
another.
breaking the lines,
It's supposed to be an
running
equal
through,
sport.
making defenders commit themselves. Look at that, 1, 2, 3. The third player just had enough and ended up taking him out. Taken out by Williamson.
Construction opportunity for Charlton to try and conjure something. There is Elliot Lee standing over the ball. He's on loan from Luton Town. Very much loves Charlton Athletic after seeing his dad play there for so many years. The last FA Cup goal was against Gateshead. Might have an opportunity to get another one. A 5-man Gateshead wall. Referee now happy with the formulation of that.
Free kick to Charlton. 64 minutes played.
In the sense that the
2-0.
defence is testing Jacob Chapman here. It's Lee.
Whoa! Sit down. Sit down and don't get back up.
Not a bad free kick. Just needed to take a little bit more off it. He's tried to lift it up and over the wall and get it dipping down just in time to trouble the goalkeeper there. But
it is.
Chapman had it covered, didn't he?
Inverness Caledonian Thistle 1, Kilmarnock 0.
Just confirmation, they're booking that the referee dished out was for Owen Bailey, who picked up a yellow card in that incident involving Elliot Lee. First booking of the
Go on,
night.
Gateshead.
Langstaff racing away again down that right-hand side and trying to cause trouble, but he's run out of room.
That was another lovely run from Langstaff there. Look at that. Manages to get himself the wrong side of the defender, but he manages to do really, really well to pick the ball up and win it off him.
Elliot Lee's night is done, and Robbie Morgan is the man who comes on for Charlton, 21-year-old. Started in the EFL Trophy win over Villa in the week. Desperate to make an impression. About 18 months ago during the lockdown, he lost 10 kilograms in order to catch the eye of the then manager.
Come on, Gateshead.
Oh, that's some going, that is. Wow. Shows a lot of commitment to be able to shed that much weight as quickly as that as well. Hats off to him.
Nicholson. This is Campbell. Henderson clearing. Gilby. Morgan gets his first touch. This is Johnson.
Come on, Gateshead. Have another. At least get another opportunity and hopefully get a goal back. Give something for the fans to remember for this game.
Left to right, right to left. Very unlucky not to have found him in that channel there.
Just got a grip of the game in the second half, haven't they? Charlton, their quality has started to show. And they are a team that started.
If you guys want to put any question in the chat, I'm happy to answer any question you guys put in the chat.
In the last few months, but
oh, here comes the shithouse. Shithouse Campbell with his born. With his Bordeaux dash, who could have scored a hat-trick in this game if he knew how his shooting boots were. Ooh. Shit ground, shit ground, shit ground.
It comes on.
Yes.
Been limited to a handful of appearances because of Nick.
Yeah, but their ground's still better.
He'll come and play up front now.
No, I'm just saying that their ground's better. Their ground, Avon's ground is better because it's old-fashioned, and there is a lot of things in their ground you can't do what you can't do in a football league ground. And that is go and be behind each goal in each half, which you can't do. So it's what it used to be like in the back when our parents were young, when you could actually go and walk around the whole state, walk around the whole perimeter of the pitch, the ground, to go and watch your team, travel to each end.
And the signal that Ian Watson on the bench for Gateshead tonight is just trying to inject a little bit more attacking thrust about Gateshead after, as we were saying, Charlton started to wrestle control of the match.
Yeah, I feel they need to really get hold of this game now and
continue
to do things well. Putting these Charlton defenders under pressure like this.
Yes! 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 No!
Oh, and he saw his name up in lights. Gateshead's goal getter has missed a huge opportunity to level.
Oh, look at that. That was an excellent.
Oh, how have you not scored that?
You've got to say, Langster, he's got to get that on target, hit the target. There's a little bubble in front of him, which is unfortunate, which maybe made him take his eye off the ball a little bit, but you expect him to test the goalkeeper in that instance. Massive opportunity wasted.
Well, they've had, what, 10 chances now that they've created, 10 shots on the Charlton goal. Only 3 of them have been on target so far.
And you've got to say, those opportunities, those chances they've had as well, they should...
What are you doing in number 7? Stop being an absolute dick.
Gone to waste. Really sad to see.
Is that the difference between the National League North and the middle of League One?
I definitely think so. The composure, just having that composure in front of goal. You know, anybody can find themselves in front of goal at any given moment as long as you do the simple things well. But I think the difference between the two leagues are just having that composure and taking your time and having that half a moment's breath to take your time in front of goal and hit the target.
Gilby. Longstaff leaves it for Blackett.
Oh,
He's
you
challenged
cheeky
by
old
Dobson.
git.
Gateshead have been really, really good in front of goal today. Campbell, Langstaff, Scott as well. You've got to say they've been really, really good. Found themselves in strong positions.
Burrington with a cross, which is not
Whoa,
going to
sit down.
Yeah, sorry, just found themselves in great positions, but it's the final pass or that final shot.
He needs to go over the cheeky old git.
Just goes to waste.
Charlton's making more alterations.
Go on, Gateshead.
Foul by Washington. I think it was a handball actually. Blackett. Just running out of room and almost running into a photographer's lens.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want to see there from Blackett. He's just come on and he's running in behind Elawere.
That's the end of the night for Yalang Jayashimi. He had a very effective first half in that right wing position. Connor Washington, I think, is coming off as well.
Yeah, Yaya Shamey has had a very good game today. Every time he's picked the ball up, he's looked like a problem, caused issues.
And the two players coming on, Josh Davison, who's scored in each of his last 3 FA Cup appearances, including in the first round against Havant and Waterlooville, who were brushed aside pretty easily by Charlton.
Whoa.
And Jonathan Leaker.
Yep.
And we've
The other,
had a conversation with him today.
the other one was Campbell.
Despite the fact that everyone
When he was on the
calls him
pitch,
Jonathan
he was
Leaker.
the other one.
I'm guilty of that as well. It's definitely Lico.
I'm not.
I'll apologise to him next time I see him.
And here he is on the ball.
I'm alright.
Gilby.
Come on, Gateshead.
Story, and straight out of play. And once again, we do apologise if you've picked up any bad language from the crowd here. IFX mics are quite close to the Charlton fans and the Gateshead fans that are dotted around this stadium, the international
Oh, you
stadium,
shit
Gateshead,
house.
which has hosted so many iconic events.
They got.
Lovely tackle.
Wow, what a tash!
Just timed it to perfection.
Yep.
He was brought into the side tonight, Tinkler, just to add a little bit of
Tinker. What a name.
defensive stoutness. Charlton so effective down the wings and showing that again.
Way! Book him, ref, for a foul.
From
Book him.
Burrington on that particular occasion.
Again, it's lovely play down the channel. Hand around the neck a little bit. Definitely a foul.
15 minutes to go. Charlton bossing the game. Nico on loan from Birmingham.
Oh, come on, someone do something.
Gilby floating one out towards Burrington. Claire immediately closed down by Scott.
Oh,
on the running.
Elawere has done really, really well today. He's been under a lot of pressure, physical pressure, runs in behind him.
Nico trying to cause more problems for the Gateshead backline, twisting, turning, and then almost twisting himself into a knot.
Oh, you've got to feel for him here. Lico sets himself, lines himself up, goes down the channel, chops the ball back really, really well. Chops him again, sends him on a tour of...
Where's it, but you fat arse?
Vital moment.
Have that by Charlton a shite.
Chops there, and there you go. His studs just go. The feet go from underneath him. So unlucky.
He's an incredibly talented player, and he's on the ball again. Decent looking delivery, and that's not a great clearance. And Edwin Scott has to try and get it further up the pitch, and Blackett can't hold on to it.
No, well, I have faith. I have
Maybe
faith.
Gateshead just tiring just a little. Torrington.
Just to feel that massive faith and massive hope.
Dobson trying to float one towards the far post. Blackett
No.
trying to outpace.
Because it won't happen. It won't happen.
Today, those two.
He only signed a professional contract at the beginning.
We got other players that can score.
Wow.
They're actually fit.
Clearly, you can see why. He's showing a lot of composure on the ball.
It's great for him at his age, isn't it, to have a back
Yep,
line.
our second top goal scorer is actually the only one that's actually fit.
This season, and, you know,
Which is
for
Danny Rowe. Which is Danny Rowe.
as well as he has done so far, just speaks volume for himself as a young man, his mentality, but also
He's handy when it comes to penalties and when it comes to free kicks, because he's got the power factor when it comes to free kicks and penalties. Every time he takes a free kick or penalty and he scores it, it feels like he's nearly broke the net.
From the angle, from the corner, and he's very unlucky not to have wrapped his foot right the way around it. He might have just caught it a bit too flush, a bit too cleanly with his laces, and sent it high and wide.
Yeah, I think he found the long jump pit. Yeah, it's also the home of the Gateshead Harriers Athletics Club. Clemington's just gone for a high jump.
Oh,
Also
it's
the home of
Sporting
Gateshead
1,
School Rugby
Benfica
Club.
0.
It's hosted Olympians in the past, Setco, Paula Radcliffe, Chris Akabusi. You saw pictures of Linford Christie and Carl Lewis.
Olympic
Championed by Brendan
de
Fox.
Portugal are 1-0 up away at Benfica.
Oh, go on then. How do you know that? Did you see me at the concert? Were you at the same one?
The police were here in 1982, a bit before your time.
And the goal scorer is Pablo Sarabia.
And Guns N' Roses rocked this stadium at their height in 1992.
Rock and roll. I like that. I like that. Who was opening for him?
Soundgarden.
Nice. That was a test and you passed it with flying colours.
Come on, Gateshead, get a goal. All the fans.
Story. Well, if you're wondering what the noise is inside the stadium, there is a transgressor who has broken into the stadium and is now being chased around off camera.
Ah, transgressor.
And he was on one of the hills, which is in between two of the stands here, and he slipped down it. And as a result of that, there was a huge cheer from a number of supporters in his direct vicinity. Meanwhile, there's a bit of a problem here for Macaulay Langstaff, which is a bit of an issue for Mike Williamson, because the last thing he'll want is to lose him to injury. He's run himself into the ground tonight. Does look as if he's coming off, and he's going to be replaced for the final few minutes by Connor Panny. 18 years of age, who's been promoted from the academy. It wasn't too long ago he was studying for a BTEC in sports coaching at Gateshead College. And he's about to come on to replace Macaulay Langstaff, who I think will be thinking about that big chance that he had in the second half. But quite some while.
Come on, hopefully get a goal back. Just to give something for the fans to be happy about.
Another change for Charlton as well, incoming. And there is Papsuare, an FA Cup finalist with Crystal Palace. Joined in September 2016. He was in the Crystal Palace team. There's confirmation of the Gateshead change. Playing staff, I think, having a bit of a hamstring trouble.
Come on.
And it's Ben Purrington who has gone off for Papsuare. Interesting story about Papsuare was that he once had to be airlifted from a traffic accident on the M4. And he had serious injuries. He was out of the game for around about 18 months as a result of that. Sort of curtailed his career. He started to rebuild it again. And it was a horrible accident that he found himself in. And it's good to see him up and playing professional football on a regular basis again.
Yeah, I remember that. That was it was a shocking moment as well. Just glad he was okay in the end.
What? I knew Alan Shearer was there.
It's a good ball for Blackie to chase, but Henderson was smartly off his
But
line.
they said it before
Read the
kick-off.
danger, gone out very quickly.
That was excellent from Henderson there. He
just
noted,
looked
he
very
spotted the
cold.
danger, sprinted out, committed himself, spread himself out, got the ball, won it really, really well. Ultimately, you know you're going to be in for a tough night when the strikers closing in on you at pace as you are there. Showed great strength.
No,
great,
no. What about the one that
commitment as
you
well.
always moan about, which is Workington? No, but I'm just meaning the one that you moan up in that part of the country. You say Workington's the worst one you've ever done.
Wastes a few precious seconds. And trust me, that is Alan Shearer. Wearing his mask and his hat. And sitting and watching Gateshead tonight.
And what
He's
makes
keeping
it,
an
and
eye
what's
on
going to
a
make it
family
even
friend
worse
in
for
the
Sheffield
league,
Eagles
who
is
sits
their first
departed
2
for
games
the
this season
team.
are away to both Barrow
But,
Raiders
Alan played
and
in the
Workington
cup
Town.
final with Elliot's dad in 98 and in 99.
Sheffield Eagles.
What players they were as well, by the
So
way.
we got to do the two of the. So,
Yeah, and they formed a good friendship, I think, at the time, and they've kept that going, and the kids
Yeah.
very much sort of
so
grown up
basically, we
together.
got 2 of the worst trips. But the good thing is,
And,
at least we got them in the first 2 games.
Ollie
At least we don't have to do it again.
Both of them playing professional football. I think he would have been a little bit happier had he stayed on for 90 minutes tonight.
Yeah,
What?
He's smiling inside, I think.
I've always enjoyed being substituted off as well, so I feel his pain.
Oh, it's a goal! Goal! Goal!
It's been 11 matches now that Johnny Jackson has been in charge. And he's yet to be given the job on a permanent basis. Negotiations, I think, have started and are ongoing. It's a long time, isn't it? 11 games as a caretaker.
It is, yeah.
They are
Goal
a
for
championship
Fulham.
and
And it is
because
scored
they can be operating
by
at a high level,
Tosin
in which they currently are active in the
Adebayo.
League One. They spent 7 seasons under Alan Kirbishley in the Premier League in the early 2000s.
Assisted by
You can
Tom
understand why
McKinney.
the owner believes that there is potential there.
You would like to think after 11 games, you're doing something right or wrong, so maybe it'll be an opportunity, a moment, the right time to either say yes, the role is yours, or no, it's not for you.
Well, certainly between the two of them, the new owner and Johnny Jackson, they seem to have really lit the fires of expectation again at the Valley. Jack Hunter is about to come on. Another former Newcastle trainee. And he takes the place of Owen Bailey in the centre of midfield.
Oh, what a pass that is.
Blackett on the run, and Oliveira certainly committed
Here it
himself
comes.
and may have committed quite a significant foul. It's
Oh,
just
yellow
really
card.
close.
Yellow
Oliveira.
card. Foul on Blackett. Free kick to Gateshead.
Because it was a great pass. Look at that. Blackett showed excellent pace, and it looks like he slowed down right in front of the young man Oliveira. Just a little bit, just enough to make contact.
Well, he's not denying a goal-scoring opportunity, is he? Because in that law, it has to be the next action that leads to a goal, and Clare was coming round the back as the covering defender, so a yellow card is probably the right call.
I think it was. I think he's very unfortunate. If he could have stayed on his feet, I think that would have been a much better opportunity, a much better option. However, it was a
If you guys are streaming the thumbs up button, hit to like, subscribe if you are new.
Oliveira has got to be wary of situations like that growing up.
Well, Gateshead, as I mentioned earlier, have seen late goals and drama in their previous FA Cup tie
What?
this season. They conceded an equaliser with a final kick in
Ah,
the 5th
okay.
minute of stoppage time in their previous round here. And they'd led 2-0 themselves going into the 83rd minute. Can they complete a rescue act? Ollie to the far post.
Oh!
Hit the-
Oh!
Brilliant save.
Oh!
For the second time, it's still a scramble. And eventually Charlton
Oh,
get away. It's a
Gateshead
double
have hit
save
the
from Henderson.
bar
And the
and
crossbar was hit as
post.
well.
Oh, what an opportunity that was! Humongous from the free kick. I think Williamson.
Oh, Gateshead nearly got to go back in this game.
The ball ricochets out.
Well, it's several chances all in one, isn't it?
It is indeed. Brilliant header, right back on target. What a save that was. He managed to get back up onto his feet. Henderson, bang, another save. Lovely, really, really well done. Williams was very unfortunate there against Davison. Managed to clear it off the line. Brilliant defending, but very unlucky there from Gateshead.
Williamson, Story and Jack Hunter probably having the best of the three opportunities that Gateshead carved out in a matter of seconds, all thwarted by Stephen Henderson and the frame of the goal. And that would have set up some finish here at the Gateshead International Stadium. Lico. Gilby. Lico again, shrugging aside the attentions of Hunter. Morgan went to shoot and was dispossessed by Louis Story.
Yeah, it was definitely the wrong option there. I think he should have put the ball out wide. Suarez was there, he was on.
Thank you very much for the 5 of you that have hit the thumbs up button on this stream. I highly appreciate it. Thank you very much for the love.
Jackson now winning 7 of his 11 matches in caretaker charge of the Addicts. And they sorted aside having a
One thing you can say about this game is Gateshead never gives up.
With a decent victory away at Gateshead.
If they took their chances better, they could have easily won this game.
In a stadium that can be a bit of a leveller sometimes. I mean, it's a great playing surface, but it's wide, it's open, the wind swirls around inside this huge bowl. Stockley.
Yeah, and one of them was when their keeper basically saved it twice, and then the other one hit the bar.
Victory is confirmed.
Shows how unlucky you can get. 4 minutes right on time in the game, 4 minutes.
They've not pulled away from their game plan at all. They've stuck to it. They've done the simple things well. They've managed to put the ball in the channels and get these Charlton defenders on the back foot as well.
Well, the biggest compliment you can play them is that you didn't really notice the golfing quality in terms of the league position.
Well, absolutely. You know, Gateshead still managed to have those 10 opportunities on goal, and you know that's nothing to be sniffed at. They've been very unfortunate with a good few of those as well. But when you're up against a team that are able to take those opportunities that you haven't been able to, you know, that's going to be the defining factor.
Well, I think they'll take heart from their performance tonight. They've got a big league game against York next week. Charlton have got Ipswich at home on Tuesday night. Mike Williamson very much talking about the fact that that York game was coming round the corner quickly. It is only a rare defeat for his team. And it does appear that the Strikers Union has come good again. Looks like Jayden Stockley has been awarded that second goal.
Ha! I was spot on. I was spot on. The goal, the second goal for Charlton has actually been awarded to Stockley.
Trying all sorts now. The ball is rolling to him, flicked it up with his right foot, tried to volley
No,
it over,
because
the
they
defender's head
didn't
with
know
his
who they
left
were going to
foot.
give it, and then what they do is they originally give it to the person who originally shot it, but then what they do is they go back and look at it, and then they can make changes to it. Because it goes to an adjudicator, who then goes out and look at it.
Back from Davison. There's a bit of space out wide for Soiree.
Yeah, it goes to someone who basically goes out and look and then see who officially gets to go.
Yeah, I think Charlton have done very well this
Yeah.
second half. They turned the game.
And then it turned out they gave it to Stockley just only because it hit him. Because if it didn't hit him, it wouldn't be going in. It was going nowhere. It wasn't going in. It was going wide originally.
Build their confidence back up, but that's exactly the kind of thing you would want, having been a goal up at half time and to have gotten that second goal as well. So really, really well managed game there from Charlton in the end.
Okay.
A dicey back pass for Chapman to deal with in the final minute of the game. Stockley sensing another opportunity. Now Gilby, who's grown into the game, has won a free kick, which will probably end up being the last kick of the night's action. And there won't be a free kick, that will be the end of the match instead. Charlton come north and march forth into round 3 of the FA
Full
Cup.
time, Gateshead 0, Charlton Athletic 2. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this stream of the FA Cup second round tie. I'll see you guys tomorrow for Napoli versus Atalanta in the Serie A. And on Sunday for Chesterfield versus Stockport, Salford City in the FA Cup. Like, subscribe, hit the notification.